What a wonderful day it is today. Today Logitech released their two new gaming peripherals which go together outstandingly good. We have right here the new Logitech G Pro X TKL Lightspeed wireless gaming keyboard, and right here this is the newer version of Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2 gaming mouse. Now these two are, I don't know what to say. I mean, I did a review of the past Superlight, which was also really incredible mouse, and this is some sort of a synergy between the old G Pro X keyboard and the G915 TKL. But I'll go and break it down to you just to give you more heads up about everything. So let's start with the mouse, of course. We have Lightspeed technology, Hero 2 optical sensor that ranges up to 32,000 dpi. It has compatibility with PowerPlay and it's super light at 60 grams. It has light force optomechanical switches, 2000 Hz pulling rate, zero filtering, smoothing, acceleration and zero additive PTFE skates. Now to break it down, the Hero 2 sensor goes with the resolution from 100 to 32,000 dpi. Maximum acceleration is 40G and maximum speed is 500 IPS. Maximum report rate is 2000 Hz at 0.5 milliseconds and the microprocessor is 32-bit ARM. Now battery life is something that they pushed a bit higher, constant motion 95 hours. And the dimensions are almost practically the same. We have left and right click, we have middle click on the scroll wheel. You don't have left and right click on the scroll wheel, which Superlight first version didn't have as well, and two left side buttons. It has a symmetrical shape. You have a huge PTFE skate here on top around the Hero 2 sensor and one going around this opening here at the bottom, which gives you a possibility to store your USB dongle or to place that cover for the PowerPlay. Or what you can do also is, if you want maximum motion and no friction, you can add the cover as a PTFE skate as well, and that's quite good for the motion and the movements. And that's basically it when we're talking about the design. We still have the Superlight logo here on the side, and let's hear the clicks of each of the buttons, including the scroll wheel, and how does that sound. So left click first, right click, scroll wheel, movement, first left side button and the second left side button. I have to admit, the left and right click have a distinctive click, and this is quite interesting. Now I have here the Superlight version 1, and it has the same bottom part as well. You can change the bottom part to the PTFE feet as well, the PowerPlay and everything else. The same design. Let's see, the shape is literally the same. There are no differences whatsoever. But let's check the clicks. So I'm gonna start with Superlight 2 and then going to go with Superlight 1, so you know the difference. Left click, right click, scroll wheel click, scroll wheel movement, first left side button, second left side button. So what I can say is, looking at these two mice, we have the same clicks on the side buttons, without a doubt. We have a bit of a, I would say it's actually the same scroll wheel, there's no difference here, but the clicks on the left and right click are completely different, which is kind of obvious because here on the Superlight 2 we have light force. These are hybrid optical mechanical mouse switches that combine the speed of the optical and feel of the mechanical switch. What does this mean? When you click, when you press it, it gives you that sensation, feel, or whatever you want to call it, of a mechanical switch. But the press, what does it do? It cuts off the beam inside the switch. Now this minimizes latency, maximizes reliability. And I know some of you guys had double clicks from the past Logitech mice, even though I didn't personally have any of those, and I use quite a lot of Logitech mice in general. And this kind of brings up the reliability part a bit higher when we're talking about the double click and all the other stuff. I can't say if I will notice any of the double click during this review because it's too short for me to test it out properly and give you some heads up about it. But regarding that, and glad that Logitech went with these switches instead of regular mechanical switches, because it kind of raises everything up. What's in the box? You have a USB Type-C connection right here at the top. You get a USB Type-C to USB Type-A connection cable that charges, well, not a connection cable, this is a cable that charges your mouse. Then we have the extender and the dongle which says Pro X2. In addition to everything that I stated so far, we have 3M sticking grip tapes. Let's put it that way. Because the sticky part is from 3M, but the part that has right here, that this is additional grip for the sides and for the left and right click, which is outstanding if you want to have more grip of the mouse, because it is a bit gripless, let's put it that way. So it would be really cool to place those and check it out, because this mouse is really outstanding. I mean, I love the Superlight, the original one, but we have here the Hero 2 sensor, we have left and right click which have optomechanical switches, and the durability is something that we can expect much better than the regular switches. So yeah, quite nice. They advanced, even though this is with the design the same model as the past one, but let's go into something entirely new. So the G Pro X TKL Lightspeed gaming keyboard. It has Lightspeed, it has Light Sync, and why did I mention it's some sort of a synergy between the G Pro X, the older version, and the G915 TKL? First of all, what they took, and what I think they took, don't get me wrong, this is just my opinion, the top design of the multimedia buttons, the scroll part, and the connection part from the G915 TKL. The original one only had the indication lights and I think was connectivity and some another button, but this right here looks the same as the G915 TKL, and honestly I think that's really cool, because you have Lightspeed button, you have Bluetooth button, you have gaming mode, and you have adjustment for the, here we go, for adjusting the brightness of your keycaps. Now, then we have multimedia buttons, and you have this scroll that can adjust the volume. Outstanding, nice, handy, and well, I do really appreciate this kind of stuff, because I do use G915 TKL still, and all of these buttons are really handy. You have switch to power on or off the keyboard, two indication lights, caps lock, and battery status. And when we're talking about the design, full-size keycaps, and this is what I mentioned when they took this from G Pro X keyboard, with two possibilities to raise the keyboard to your liking. Behind we have a storage for the Lightspeed dongle, and if you remove the legs, you have 5 rubber feet at the bottom. Now the keyboard is TKL, so 10 keyless. We have Lightspeed wireless, 2-to-1 Lightspeed adapter, dual shot PBT keycaps, standard layout, and programmable keys, 1 millisecond report time. Even though Logitech usually has their own names for the keycaps, I like to remove the keycap and check out myself. So right here we have Kylie Brown switches, which are tactile, actuation force is 50G, plate mount is 3-pin, pre-travel is 1.9 millimeters, total travel is 4 millimeters. We have MX Steam structure, and lifespan is 50 million hours. In the box you get the keyboard, of course, detachable charging and data cable, and you get Pro X TKL USB dongle, which is much smaller than the Superlight one, and of course the extender to connect the Type-C connection. Yeah, we have a Type-C on the keyboard, which is incredible. Then battery life goes up to 50 hours and wireless range is up to 10 meters. Now, of course, when we're talking about Kylie Brown switches, there isn't any information on their official website regarding the pre-travel and the total travel, so I think we'll have to be satisfied what Kylie can support on their Brown switches. Regarding that, the typing is quite alright and regular as any keyboard that goes into this size. The quality is outstanding. You do have some sort of a additional weight because we have a top metal plate or aluminum plate. I don't know what this actually is, but it's quite nicely designed. And the cool thing is it has some sort of a matte finish, both the plastic and the aluminum part, and you can't even notice the difference. Maybe in some certain angles when the light drops and shines differently, you could notice the difference in colors, but that's really, you have to really go into details about that. Talking about the flex of the keyboard, check this out. There's literally none. There's literally none, and really nicely designed keyboard. At the back, we of course don't have any canals because there is no need, since this is a wireless keyboard. You connect it on the left side, if you're looking at it, at the left side with USB Type-C to USB Type-A, and charge it that way. So next in line, the sounds of the brown tactile switches, Kylie brown tactile switches. Now, of course, I don't know the inner part of this keyboard because compared to Ducky, if we go into those details, Ducky will definitely give you all the information that you need regarding the inner plate, the foam, and all the other necessary details, right? This keyboard, as far as I can see, doesn't look like, well, as far as I can see from the opening of the spacebar, doesn't have the foam. Maybe it does. It's something different, and I can't see precisely. The stabilizers on the spacebar are quite good actually, and I have to admit that anywhere you press, the spacebar evenly goes down, so that's really good. And I don't know if they're pre-lubed. I won't go into that part because I haven't noticed any lube on the stabilizers, but there's certain like slight wobbliness on space, nothing to be concerned about. Shift the same way as the spacebar, and enter actually has a bit more wobbliness to it. Other keys are quite stable, and this is why they say this is a more of professional grade keyboard oriented for gamers, right? Because these keycaps are nicely designed, double shot PBT, which is outstanding, and caps lock does wobble a bit. There are very slight movements on the left shift, but I do have to admit that this keyboard in whole really does bring the Logitech quality that we are used to. It would be really cool to see the inner part of the keyboard, or at least they give us some information. Did they put foam, double layer, what kind of PCB board, how everything is done inside the chassis. But there is no echoing while typing or destroying the spacebar or anything similar to that, so that won't annoy you, that's for sure. So let's go to the Logitech G Hub and check that out as well. First we're gonna go with Pro X Superlight 2, and as you can see, this is the first time I'm actually entering Hero 2 configuration, sensor calibration, 2000 Hz report rate and light force switch. Let's go to the next Hero 2 configuration. Now you can choose your lift-off distance and independently configure X and Y axis. But first let's select the DPI. I'm going to leave it at 800. New calibration tool to copy your DPI settings from your previous mouse to replicate sensitivity. 2000 Hz, report rate, light switch, hybrid for power saving or optical only. Now this is something that I didn't know, so let's go with optical only. And here we go. Wow, now we have here loads of functions. And first of all, we go with default settings when we're talking about the DPI. It starts with 800 since that was the DPI resolution for my past mouse, gaming mouse. Wireless report rate, let's see, we can go with 2000 Hertz. And of course we could, yeah, let's see, advanced. Oh, okay, lift off distance. Now, I honestly don't know what is the difference with the lift-off distance in terms of height. So it says medium, high, and low, but regardless to that, wide report rate, 1000 Hertz, and Yhello sensor calibration. Let's calibrate it. So we have copy sensitivity, adjust one mouse to mimic the feel of another mouse. Next, other mouse, DPI, input your current DPI from your source mouse. Let's see, 800, destination mouse. Next, hold your mice side by side, click anywhere on the Ghub window, and then move your mice together. Now let's see how this will pan out. Okay, so did that with the G303 and Superlight 2. Let's see next, actual DPI 780, adjustment plus 2.54%. Cool. Okay, so we have that. Open Windows mouse settings. Okay, that's something in Windows based. Then we have first person shooter that you can adjust as well. First person XY split. Then we have MMORPG XY split, MOBA productivity. Let's see that part. Same thing basically, but it has a bit different because it adjusts the DPI 1600 to 2000, 2500, 3000. So yeah, just going to put it as default since I already placed that. And okay, we have here the custom presence for the sensitivity. Then we have assignments, so we can adjust the buttons to your liking. You have commands, you have keys, actions, macros, and a system that you can do. And that's basically it when we're talking about the mouse. But this is quite cool. I haven't seen this ever when we're talking about Logitech mice, but yeah. So let's continue with the Pro X TKL. As you can see from this screen, the similarities when we're talking about the G915 TKL and the Pro X TKL. 4 buttons for connectivity, game mode, and adjustment of the lights for the keyboard. Same thing on G915 TKL. Then we have 2 indication lights as well as here, and then we have the multimedia buttons as well as the scroll part here at the top. Same layout when we're talking about the keyboards. So that's quite cool, and I honestly like that. Now, here we go. Game mode, 2 device pairing, light speed receiver, assignments, and light sync. Game mode switches. Game mode button allows you to disable any keys you don't want to accidentally press, which gives you an option, most likely in the Ghub, to adjust it. 2 device pairing, light speed receiver, outstanding. So you get the light speed connection from your mouse or from a keyboard. You connect one, and you can use only one connection for 2 devices. Then we have additional assignments. Modify how your keyboard functions with those assignments because you can program the keys in game or in app keybinds. And light sync, we have fixed, breathing, color cycle, color wave. This is only the adjustment when you're first entering the Ghub, and I'm glad I can actually show you this immediately before I go into that. So I like fixed, let's put it that way, and let's adjust the maximum light to it. Let's party. Here we go. So fixed adjustment, this is light sync, possibility to adjust the lights on your keyboard. You have freestyle possibility, which gives you selection mode. Let's see, default, add a new freestyle, colors, and color on device 93 keys, what you can do. And of course we have animations. This is something new that I haven't seen so far. Maybe in the other reviews and other Logitech peripherals they already placed this, but this is for me the first time. Regardless to that, let's go to the assignments. You can assign each button with the commands, keys, actions, macros, and system, the same thing that you can do on the mouse. And here we go with the game mode. Now you can disable keys individually, what you wish, with indications. So you have keys that are disabled by default. Then we have keys disabled by use, and the keys cannot be modified. These are, I don't know which keys are those, but regardless of that, yeah, that's it. So quite cool. Yeah, it's quite simple when we're talking about the keyboard. The mouse has more options in Ghub, but that's all there is to it. All in all, what I can say is that, as per usual, lightspeed technology when we're talking about wireless communication and gaming at the same time is something that I have relied on since lightspeed actually was invented and released to the public. And since then I have had a single issue while gaming to have some problems, latency, delays, whatever. This is really outstanding. And I have to say, the design with the aluminum and plastic combinations, and I do have to mention one more thing, the aluminum part is a bit standout. So the edges that are cut for 45 degrees, I think, kind of make a silverish line around the keys and kind of gives a nice additional look on the keyboard. I don't know else what to say, because the keyboard really does look outstanding, and in combination with Superlight 2 goes into the same bucket as one of outstanding products that Logitech released this year, combining them with those G Pro X 2 wireless headsets. I mean, you're good to go for long sessions and you'll enjoy definitely gaming on these peripherals. So guys, all in all, what I can say, big thumbs up to Logitech for these two. I really wish, I have nothing against Superlight 2, don't get me wrong. I really wish to see a new design from Logitech, maybe a refreshment of G903, but different design, different shape, everything, that would be outstanding. This is a new design, kind of old but new, refreshed, added some functions and all the other stuff, and without a doubt quite cool. So I'll leave it at that, and hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned more about the G Pro X TKL Lightspeed keyboard and the G Pro X Superlight 2 gaming mouse. You can check the links in the description for more information about the price and additional information regarding the compatibility, and maybe I missed something or skipped something. You'll find everything there, and that'll be all for today, guys. If you enjoyed my Logitech reviews, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and click the notification bell, so of course you don't miss future Logitech videos. That'll be all for today. Thanks for watching. See you quite soon. Bye bye.